Hi, it's Chris with Implied Music, and today we're here to look at Audio Brewer's new sample library, Ashe. They kindly sent me a copy. They don't have anything to say about what I'm going to present in this review, but I've really enjoyed working with it, and I'd like to show you a few of the things that I particularly enjoy about the library. So let's hop in. I made a few pieces and I've been playing around with it a little bit. And what we have open right here is, I guess we might just call it the fundamental um, all instrument patch. They've mapped various drum hits to the keyboard. As you can see, it'll show us the name of the sample as we select the key. Now, each of these samples, and this is delightful for me, is very expressive. The library downloads via their Pulse downloader to, like, I think it's 8 gigabytes of material. Each key is really expressive. Lots of velocity layers, very well programmed up here. It makes for a library that's very playable and unique because all these instruments are Brazilian percussion drums. We've got a couple of surdos, the dobra, which is another sort of tommy sound, and then a few things that are sort of snare drum-esque. I'm not going to pretend to try to pronounce them accurately. Portuguese is a beautiful language. Each of these patches, and you can see over here on the left, it comes with, I don't know, a couple dozen of them, offer unique opportunities for us, but they all share this interface. Aside from the main page, which we're looking at now, where you can control a few fundamental things, including some reverb and how the dynamics work, we have these modulation tabs, which can be freely assigned, and they will appear in order like this. So I could have, for instance, the velocity is over here right now. I could put it here if I wished. Fascinating, right? It's really unusual. It's really nicely handled. All these things are just basic things built into the contact effects. The effects setup is also great. You've got a stack of like these 5 slots here, and you can place them in whatever order you want. If I wanted to add something to this, I would have to select it. The delays include the replica delay, which can be a little processor intensive. And then once you've got your effects set up, over here in your mixer, you can turn off and on the effect for each of these slots. Right now, since I'm using the sort of basic patch, the all-core patch, everything is coming out of the main. But in the tonal patches and in the spot patches, each of these mixer sliders can have separate or individualized effects setups. I could turn off convolution, for instance, on one, or have the EQ off or on, or have 2 different EQs, one for channel 4, a different one for channel 2. Well, that makes for an awful lot of possibilities. And when you couple it with a beautiful setup of sounds, a great palette of sounds, you've got an awful lot going for you. I made a little piece that tried to take advantage of the tonal patch as well. It starts with a little rhythm. And this is just an all-core patch rolling along. And then I added a bass and a little chord thing, which is super fun for me. You can hear it looping in the background. It's sort of enough to have at least a suggestion of a chord. You couldn't really make a tune with it, but the tonal patches are super fun. Now, how did I make this this core rhythm? This is another awesome thing, because in the basic window and everywhere, you've got all kinds of power in terms of a percussion sequencer. You can like, let's just change the name of this. We're going to change it to test 5. And I'm going to go ahead and just randomize everything. Boink. Let's listen to it. I'm going to randomize it again. And again. If you decide you like the way things are working, you can copy a pattern from, say, lane 1 down to lane 2. They're identical. Now I'm reinforcing lane 2. In fact, let's do it again. Now we have 2 rhythms reinforced across the board. You can load Brazilian rhythms into this sequencer. You can load all kinds of things. Let's load this one. I made it earlier. And once something is saved, it can be just dropped into your timeline. Well, let's see how that would work. In fact, that's what I did. I'm going to grab this pattern and just drag it into here. Do I want to import tempo information? No. And there it is. I can work with it however I'd like. Super fun. Well, in some ways, the real test of how this sort of thing works is with other instruments. I've stacked up a sort of a little orchestral piece in 15/8 using the Spitfire's Solstice, some BBC orchestra strings, and that core patch. Drum roll in, tempo synced. There's an awful lot of, epic percussion out there in the world right now. We might expect to use taikos or something like that, but the Brazilian percussion sound is fantastic. It feels organic and unusual in a way that really appeals to me. The Surdo has plenty of punch. And if you perform these patterns in, you get a lot of variety in color. I'm really enjoying playing around with this drum library. It's got all kinds of power under the hood, and its just main world, the world of the samples themselves, is impeccable. Beautifully sampled, expressive, dynamic, tons of power for sound shaping, sequencers on effects, programming sequencers for rhythms, a whole bunch of rhythms that they just, hand off to you. I think it's a winner. I have to give it a thumbs up. I don't know how often I'll use it in my own work as an ambient composer, but it really supports natural sounding ensemble drums in a way that I'm confident will appear in my productions. Well, like and subscribe. As always, hit the bell so you'll know when I'm posting something. I hope this has been useful, and I'll see you next time.